Public health is educating folks about health and wellness in ways that meet them where they are.
Welcome to a continued conversation around how we here in Henry County Schools and across our Henry County community are celebrating Black History Month and the extraordinary contributions of African Americans to the health and wellness of our community. I'm here today with Dr. Rosalyn Matthews, who is the president of our local chapter of the NAACP, as well as a professional in the public health space. So welcome, Dr. Matthews, and let me turn over to you to introduce yourself.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Davis. It's a pleasure to be here. I am, as you say, the president of the local Henry County branch of NAACP. It's my honor to serve. I've been serving in this position for a year now, with a year left on my tenure. I am also a senior public health advisor at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, where I've worked there for 20 years now, and I have a doctorate in public health leadership from the University of Illinois at Chicago. So it's a great pleasure to be here and chat with you during this celebratory Black History Month.
I know, it really is kind of amazing. It actually got me genuinely so excited when we realized that the National Black History Month theme was celebrating health and wellness contributions, and knowing that you not only have been dedicated in your life to this career, but probably have had the busiest 2 years of your entire career. I'm curious, what is it that inspired you to enter into the public health field in the first place?
Well, thank you for that question. It's a great question. And I am excited that it's a health and wellness celebration theme this month as well. I was interested in going into public health because of my background as it relates to my family. Unfortunately, my family has had a myriad of health issues, particularly my mom, who has passed. She passed early on before she even entered into her 70s because she had myriad of health conditions. And, just because of my community, we struggle with health challenges. So I thought it would be a great service for me to go into the health field.
I mean, that's actually exactly what our theme lifts up and spotlights. And I think we actually enter into this month with the opportunity to really showcase professionals like yourself, who also are leaders in our communities in so many ways. It also gives us an opportunity to recognize this incredible integration of public health and medical services and wellness activities with making sure that public school is a great place for young people. And so it just is actually perfectly timed, and your role in our community couldn't be more perfectly celebrated. And I'm kind of excited about our conversation today.
Well, I'm excited as well. Thank you. Thank you for that.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about what it means as the president of our local chapter of the NAACP to be partnering with Henry County Schools, and what's your vision for that? Okay,
well, that's a great question as well. It means a great deal to me to be president and represent our community and advocate for those that are not really able or well-versed in advocating for themselves. I think that it's a great opportunity for us to reset. I mean, NAACP here has been here in Henry County for some time. However, with new leadership, there always comes a level set. So I think it's a great time for us to come into the school and, work with the school system, the school staff around issues related not only to health, but also to other issues, mentorship. We're looking at partnering around that, and also just engaging the students and helping to educate the students about the NAACP, and actually just having a general connection and collaboration with you in any way that we can serve as members of the NAACP.
You know, I think one of the core values that we have with the school system and that I personally have is that when we have the opportunity to bring adults around the community together on behalf of young people to create a space where learning is exceptional, access to education is paramount, and that we really are pretty unified about how we are creating conditions for our next generation of Henry County leaders. And so I think this partnership is it's extraordinary. It has so much potential, and I know that just as you look out into the future, what are some of the activities and initiatives that you're most excited about bringing to our community?
Well, that's a great question as well, and I have to say there's one that's on the horizon that we are super excited about. The NAACP branch has partnered with other organizations within the community, the National Council of Negro Women, Top Ladies of Distinction, as well as a local nonprofit, Girls First Incorporated, to bring a community garden to the Henry County area. This particular community garden, we're looking at engaging the community of Blacksville around the garden, as well as partnering with McDonough Middle and McDonough High School to educate and introduce the concept of agricultural science to the students, as well as, you know, help to engage them with the senior population in the community. We really want to, you know, work across those boundaries and foster the relationship with the young people as well as the seniors in that community. That area has a long history of gardening, and I think it's a great time for us to engage with the community.
I love that. Building bridges in our community, right? It's what the school system is designed to do. It's what our key partners in our community are committed to doing. And it really brings us back to this month that really lifts up and spotlights so many ways in which our health and wellness is nourished. And a community garden, I know we've spoken before about the environmental health and also the nutrition health and how we are really utilizing these community environments to bring awareness to the ways we take care of one another.
Yes.
I think that's pretty powerful.
Absolutely, absolutely. The NAACP is charged with environmental justice, and we want to show how a community garden can help impact the air quality, which is an environmental justice issue. We also have in this particular community a few houses that have been torn down and just local lots left, and we don't want the blight in our neighborhoods. So we thought, what a great idea to take some of these vacant lots and turn it into a community garden and teach the younger students about health and nutrition, growing gardens, sustainability, as well as engaging them, cross-connecting with another generation. So we're super excited about it. More to come on that.
That sounds perfect. Well, let's get back to thinking about those who have contributed to the health and wellness of our community in the past and right now in our present and then also in our future. Is there anybody that you look up to in this health and wellness field that you really see as inspirational?
Oh, absolutely. There's so many, a myriad of folks that I can name off the top of my head, but one that is close to mine is Dr. Satcher. He was a past Surgeon General, as well as the leader of CDC, and he actually lives in our community as well. He has done a lot. He's also works at Morehouse and does a lot in public health and a lot to engage our community around health and wellness issues. And then I think of someone more close to home, my sister. She's a pediatric diabetic educator. Diabetes is such a problem in our community, in the African American population, and she works with the students to teach them about nutrition, younger people, I should say, teach them about nutrition, as also engage them in ways that they can take care of themselves around diabetes. So those are two of the folks that come to mind. They're on opposite ends of the spectrum, but they are both very engaged with the community and making certain that we're informed about our health.
And you're also exposing us to so many different ways one can find their place in contributing to the overall wellness of a community. And so we've talked about people that inspire you, and now I think it's an opportunity to talk about our young people who are still in Henry County schools who have access to healthcare pathways and are actually beginning their pursuit of a profession in this field. What do you think they have to look forward to most by entering into the healthcare profession?
Well, I'm a public health practitioner, and so I think that, for me, there's a little nuance between public health and the healthcare field. Public health is, educating folks about health and wellness in ways that meet them where they are. My research as a doctorate in public health, or DRPH, was around social determinants of health. And that is where we looked at where you live, work, and play and how it can affect your health. So these things are not very new. They're methodologies that are coming up that are new. I know our younger set is interested in social media. They're interested in innovation in STEM and technology, and these are things that they can look forward to, whether they go into public health, into the public health field, or into the health and wellness arena.
Well, it's actually pretty exciting when we have the opportunity to talk to kids who have really experienced what has been just a profound season of the magnification of our own health and the health of our families and the health of our community. Not sure that any young person will have that has historically had that as the backdrop of entering into a health and wellness field or into the public health sector. And so I think they actually bring with themselves a more poignant lens of why this matters so greatly. There's been so many moments where we've got to celebrate professionals in our public health and medical services spaces, but now's a great time to lift that up as well and to recognize the heroic role that professionals in our own community have played as we have really learned to navigate, I guess, the most amazing season of a public health crisis. And,
Absolutely.
And you mentioned the word like sort of reset and how we maybe reset and reunify coming on the back end of this pandemic by celebrating one another and looking at how we take care of each other.
Absolutely. And I'm just hoping that we use this as an opportunity to inspire our youth and our young folks to go into the health field. So thank you for your time. Thank you for allowing me to come and chat with you. And I'm super excited about our partnership and things to come, Dr. Davis.
And so am I. And so thank you for tuning in as we really continue this conversation and spotlight on members of our community contributing to our health and wellness.